I'm curious to hear your thoughts on like the people who meme and like, NFTs. Like they think that there's just here's a JPEG of my food. Here's a JPEG of I don't know your uncle's toenail. Like it's worth $1,000 now. What are your thoughts on the people? I think it's a good thing, but I think there's also like the very similar to how the crypto bros in 2015, 2016 about Bitcoin were. They're just talking about
Mm,
it constantly. There's so much conversation, mainstream talk about it. Like,
yeah, I think and I will like, post up memes like that too. I think it's funny, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not offended by it, but I think that people just don't get it, and maybe they don't know enough about like what it really means. Right. Because I think when I first heard about NFTs too, like I was literally questioning like, so you buy a video, but you can still see it everywhere on YouTube. Like you can still see it everywhere on Instagram, but you're buying it. Like, I don't get it. But when I started to get this sense that, like, no, it's like a specific token, and what that token can represent is like an attachment to an organization, an attachment to a creator. It's more than just like what the media is.
yeah,
It's about like, it can be, I guess, what you say is utility and the access that it gives you to these organizations because you can track that. So it's not necessarily like the media itself. A lot of the times it could be like, what else does it come with? Like what you're being plugged into a community, for example, right? Like when you own like some of these profile picture NFTs, you're given utility to be able to go to Gary Vee's conference if you own an NFT.
mhm,
And so and then if you're really buying the art because you appreciate the art, you get to claim ownership over the art. Not
yeah,
to say that you can't, like, you're not going to stop it from being distributed on like Instagram or YouTube, but if it's viral, you can claim ownership over that
yeah. Like
viral video and be like, I freaking own
I
that.
got the paperwork, so to
Yeah,
speak.
exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so I think it's funny when people meme about NFTs because I'm not offended.
yeah.
Yeah, because it's obviously made people profit. It's obviously like, made people rich. And so I'm like,
People, dude.
I ain't docking it because
Yeah,
it's working for some people. So like you can hop on or you can't, like it's gonna happen regardless.
yeah.
So
I think this is Gary Vee's explanation, but it's like you can take a picture of the Mona Lisa, but you can't own it. You can take a selfie with the Mona Lisa, but you'll never own it. You don't have the actual certificate of ownership. So
yeah,
like it's the museums, like but same thing with NFT. You can screenshot it, but it's not
yeah,
yours. You can,
yeah,
all that stuff. So
right.
that's essentially like what in terms of the ownership side, like it's like you can like have show proof that this is my art and like, this
Yeah.
is I own this, and then yeah, and I think the one part that really intrigued me was the fact that people get what do you call it residuals from it when people flip it, because I know
Mm-hmm.
people like are into art collecting and they're just selling that they can forever get residuals for it.
They can forever get residuals and the value goes like up or down, just like stocks do through the years.
Yeah,
So yeah, I mean, you're right that like you can take a picture of the Mona Lisa, but it doesn't mean that you own it. And so I think that when a creator says this NFT is like the NFT of this video, it's like what I'm claiming to be the legit copy of this media. Everything else is bootleg.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So everything else like that you see on Instagram or YouTube, like that's like the bootleg, and you can maybe watch the bootleg, but you don't own like the actual
the real
thing.
yeah.